You're with Lauren Laverne in the BBC Six Music Studio here at Maida Vale, and I have the privilege of welcoming our very first session guests to the room right now. Poliça, hello, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Well, listen, thank you very much for joining us and for kicking off our week here. It's a big deal for us. So there's a lot going on with you guys at the minute. Shulamith is about to come out. How are you feeling about it?
I'm a little bit panicked, I think.
Really? Okay, so why is that?
I don't know. I just went to bed last night and remembered it's coming out in a week, and I felt like I got the hot sweats and my heart stopped. I don't know why.
Okay.
Who knows? I'm very out of touch.
Well, I mean, I guess
myself.
you've been locked away making it. And this was going to be one of my questions, because with the first record, everything took off for you guys very, very quickly. It was kind of a case of, the band came together and then the success followed quite quickly after that. Have you had time to catch your breath between that record and this?
I mean, I think we have.
Yeah, a little bit. In some ways, this also feels sort of like the first time we're putting out a record together, because the first record was done before we were really a band.
Okay.
And this is the first time we've kind of gone through the process of it all together. So it feels pretty intense in a different way.
What was the process this time? Because I know with the last record, I think, Chani, you made some of it in your daughter's former nursery. I saw you saying...
Oh, yeah. That was more like a place I would demo or, like work on music or practice. That was more of the place where I practice all Poliça songs before I even met the band. But this process, where the first one was more like an assembly line where I got together with Ryan and then he added all the other instruments separately, and we didn't really meet until our first practice. This one was still started with me and Ryan demoing and kind of creating the foundation, but really much more of a collaborative. Then the all of us were in the studio together. We all had time to play the songs, the four of us play them out a little bit, practice them. Then we'd sort of, the drums and the bass would be added. Then I'd change the way I sang the song, go back in and record it, become kind of a different tune. So it was a lot more collaborative and sort of like, just, I don't know, it was a lot more, it was fun. And, but it was different.
It sounds like it's incorporating that the live element of what you do as well, which is so distinctive when it comes to your band. I know you've said before that you think that singing against the backing of two drummers has really kind of made you have to fight to be heard. It's sort of changed your performance in a way.
Yeah, I think I never feel like I have to compete with them. It does give me a different feeling on stage that's like slightly a little bit more aggravated. It's more, it's intense on stage. It's not like I'm just, sometimes when I watch people with like an acoustic guitar and they're just like
blissing
out and just so peaceful. And I find on stage I'm a little bit more like a little more aggressive, which feels good. But even that's toned down a bit. I mean, we've gotten a lot more comfortable, I think, as a band. But yeah, this is a really great record. A really great record for drum and for bass. I feel like there's just like really exciting drum fills on this record and really exciting, interesting drumming things going on. And
okay, well, tell me about the title as well, because from what I can see, that could refer to a person, a play, a school. Where did it come from?
My little brother gave me this book after I'd finished the record, and he's sort of like my cultural ambassador. He hands me music and books to read and suggests things, and he suggested I read this book called The Dialectic of Sex, and I read it, and it was sort of like all the questions and I had asked in the record were being answered by this woman, and I just was really just grabbed onto her and felt that it fit. And even that, as well as the fact that her name means peace, as you're kind of releasing your second record, you want to do something, kind of, I think there's a part of me that wants to release a second record that is not, try to make it harder on myself, I guess, by releasing a record called Shulamith. I'm trying to, self-destruct.
Don't.
Yeah.
No, but I think I know what you mean. So kind of like sort of bringing a political point of view because she's a feminist writer, right? But
yeah, but more even she is a feminist writer. She's also just a woman, a very intelligent woman in person. And it was like I think in all the songs that I wrote, they had all these questions about love and relationships and being a woman. And she really answered all of those things. I read the book and I was like, oh, yeah, what in the heck is wrong with me? So it was just like it was a really sort of like, here's these songs and then you should go read that book.
Yeah, so a pointer, but also kind of a wish
but
for...
a tribute, because she just died recently, not that long ago, and she was a phenomenal person, and I hope people read about her, but it just fits the record. You're kind of creating like a body of work, and it's your yearbook for the past 2 years, or sort of like your where we are, and that fit to me the overall aesthetic and kind of the movement and the place I want Poliça to be associated with, and not like, these are my, I'm not going to call it like sex dance or booty grind or something. I want it to, mean something to me. So
I think those are both good titles. You should not discount them altogether. But fine. But you said that you like that her name means peace. I mean, have you kind of been able to find a bit of a place of peace? Because it's brilliant to have all that success, and it's great that, Justin Vernon won his Grammy and then spent all of his time with the press talking about your band. Like, that's fantastic. But it must also be a bit weird.
No, it's very weird. Yeah, it's super weird. But we have a great time together, and we're together a lot. And maybe Drew has something to say.
Do you, Drew? Tell me about Justin's contribution to the album, because he sings on the track "Tiff," right?
Sure, yeah. That was something that happened quite naturally. We were recording at his studio, and actually, where we're from, there's a lot of collaboration that happens just for pure experimentation all the time with little projects and bigger projects. And we were working on Tiff in the studio, and we actually just came to the middle 8 part, and we're trying to think, what does this section need? And Justin, we were like, well,
he walked past.
Yeah, we were like, hey, wait, let's have him track. And he's like, of course I'll do it. So didn't really plan it too far in advance or anything. It happened very naturally, and what he laid down was just perfect for the part. So we were all very excited about it. But yeah, it wasn't like, it wasn't necessarily like a business move or something like that. It was just,
we had our people contact his people.
Yeah, it was very much like, hey, Justin, get down here.
Okay, well, listen, thank you very much for coming to see us today.
Thanks so much for
We're
having
thrilled
us.
to have you in session. We can't wait. You can be live with us from the big studio, MV3, after midday. But for now, Poliça, thank you so much.
Thank you.